Twice as nice here on a Wednesday night, the last Wednesday of November, as we come to you from Leon Spencer Court. I'm Tim Howard, and missing Benny Rogers, our sports information officer, unable to be with us tonight, but in his stead, Joe Ellerson of the Athens Review. Joe, good evening. Thanks for joining us here tonight for Cardinal basketball. Lady Cards to start it off.
Good evening. Yes, a great matchup here to lead the way, as this is a rematch of a game earlier this season in which the Lady Cardinals won by 20, 70-50 in Temple back on November the 11th.
Yeah, and the Lady Cardinals got off to a quick start in that one, and then a little bit of an adjustment there from Temple, and then the third quarter, much of the same. Got off to a good start there. So we're just a few moments away from the introductions. In fact, why don't we jump to the Lady Cardinals, let them introduce themselves, and then we'll go to Harold Jones with the okay, well, we'll stay here and go live with Harold Jones, the public address announcer here momentarily. But thank you for tuning in to the Cardinal Sports Network. We're going to have a great night tonight. The Lady Cardinals will be hosting Temple, and then in the nightcap, the men open Region 14 play. So let's go down. Bend. Let's go down on the floor now with Harold Jones.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Leon Spencer Court at the Cardinal Gym. For this evening's game featuring the Temple Leopards at your excellent Lady Cards. The National Junior Athletic Association, Region 14 and TDCC, home good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators.
That's a good question. Are we streaming?
Actions will not be tolerated. This time, would you please stand and all gentlemen please move your hats.
Before we get to the starting lineups, Lady Cards come in averaging 69 points per game and hitting about 66.
And now the starting lineup for the Leopards.
Here's Harold Jones with the starting lineup.
From Rockwall, Texas, number 3, Alina Johnston. From Killeen, Texas, number 12, Kristen Nelson.
Nelson is from Killeen, Texas.
From Georgetown, Texas, number 24, Doriana Brown.
Brown's from Georgetown, Texas, Georgetown High School.
From Round Rock, Texas, number 25, Jamia Miller.
Miller comes from Round Rock, John B. Connolly High School.
And from Malakoff, Texas, number 30, Kiana Reed.
And Kiana Reed, a sophomore,
head coach of the Leopards, Kim
Sebeck.
Sebeck. Assistant coach, Giancarlo Stillwagon.
Very familiar. So Kiana getting to continue her playing career. Now the 10-0, 1-0 in Region 14 Conference, the number 2 team in
And now the starting
Trinity
lineup for
Valley.
your Lady Cards.
Head coach Gerald Ewing. Here's your starting lineup. Again from Public
A 6-foot sophomore from Wichita Falls, Texas, number 5, Mercedes Brooks.
Brooks comes in averaging right at 17 points per game.
A 6-foot freshman from Washington, D.C., number 11, Tasia Moore.
Tasia Moore, 8.3 per game here in the early going. A 6-foot freshman.
A 5'4 freshman from Madisonville, Texas, number 14, Tradeja Smith.
Tradeja is right at 5 points per game. A freshman,
A 5'8 sophomore from Michigan City,
Texas.
Indiana, number 23, Mikkel Miller.
Mikkel Miller, right at 14 points per game here in the early
And a
going.
6'4 sophomore from Killeen, Texas, number 34, Tasia Daniel.
And of course, Daniel, the 6'4
Head coach of your Lady
sophomore.
Cards is Gerald Ewing.
5
Assistant
points a game
coaches,
out of
Latoya
Killeen,
Howell and
Texas.
Scott
Trinity
Pellegrin.
Valley coming in at 10-0, 1-0 in conference play, and first broadcast of the Cardinal Sports Network this season, but plenty more to come.
Yeah, plenty more to come. And Tim, just to give you a little recap of that first game, McCall Miller led the game high, scoring 20 points in the first matchup. Mercedes Brooks, 19 for the Lady Cards. So only players to score in double figures of the 70 points in that first meeting. So it's a fun one here, Tim. Another round of Cardinal Sports Network and webcast on tvcc.edu. So we're ready to go.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in and spread the word. We've got plenty of college basketball for you. Again, tonight's a doubleheader. We'll have the men's action following Trinity Valley Lady Cardinals here, again, from the campus of TVCC in Athens, Texas, the home of the hamburger. Sounds good about now. All right, in the circle to jump will be Moore for Trinity Valley.
And Kiana Reed for Temple.
And it's controlled by Temple. They'll work it to the left side. Cards coming out in a man. Coach Ewing has talked about really having that 4 quarters, just 4 good, solid, strung together quarters. And I know that's part of the plan tonight. Shot up and away, won't go. Rebound taken by Moore.
Kiana Reed was definitely aggressive there on that rebound opportunity by Temple and the possible putback.
Miller goes inside to the post, and that's missed by Daniel. Rebound controlled by Temple.
Yeah, number 24, Doriana Brown, got that rebound.
So they will try to set it up with a scoreless ball game here in the early going. Drive to the basket, won't go. Rebound, this one's taken by Miller. Gets it over on the right side. Shot on the way, and count the basket for Smith. Tradeja Smith, her first points of the evening. Lady Cardinals up 2-0.
Nice play there by the Lady Cardinals in that first meeting. Smith did not score in that first meeting for the Lady Cardinals.
So has something to say about that. Now here is a foul called on Tasia Moore. It's her first foul of the ball game. Trinity Valley 10-0 on the year. They have 1 win in conference play. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. Working around the perimeter, setting it on the right side. Now they get it down on the low block. Good defense and partially blocked from Daniel. Lady Cardinals will set it up.
Yeah, Reed tried to find something on that one and wasn't quite able to find out what she was looking for.
More shot won't go. Daniel over the top. They're going to get Deja for the over the back call, so she'll pick up her first foul. 8:20 to go here in the first period of play from Trinity Valley in Athens. Joe, talk a little bit about what you see over here in the body language of the Lady Cards so far. Good energy, seems like.
Yeah, good energy. Seems like they're coming out real quick as we say that right now. And Mercedes Brooks on the fast break to get the easy basket right there for her first 2 points of the game.
And it all starts with defense. You get a good rebound and get it quickly out down the floor. You see what can happen there as Brooks gets 2 here with 7:50 to go now in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Tim, I think I've been to about 3 games now this season, and I love the way that Mercedes Brooks plays for the Lady Cardinals.
High expectations, and a nice recovery there from Miller. Almost had that one get away from her. Speaking of getting away, I don't know if something was heading out on the floor. A couple of Lady Cardinals.
No, one of the Lady Cardinals pulled a headband off their head.
Okay. Well, see the hustles there, even on the bench. 2 Lady Cardinals grabbing that. There's a foul coming here. That'll be on number 11, Moore. She's got her second, so she'll have to check out.
Alasia Reddy's coming in place of Moore for that one.
So Alasia, the 5'7" sophomore out of Jacksonville, Arkansas.
As we said, Tim, we kind of knew Kiana Reed was always a big physical player there at Malakoff High School. Definitely showing it right here early on.
Drives, shot won't go. Rebound is taken by Daniel. She gets it up the floor and partially tipped there. They were trying to hook up over with Miller, but knocked away. So that turnover will set up a 3-point shot on the way. Will go. Rebound, Reddy. She'll pull it down the floor. Right side, drive to the basket, and a blocking foul coming. Call is going to be on number 3, Johnston.
Free throws for the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, Brooks out of Wichita Falls, Texas. She's a 6-foot sophomore. Already has 2 points here in the early moments from Trinity Valley. Gets it up and over, gets the roll. Cardinals leading 5-0 here and playing good defense. Setting up D. We saw them on the press a few moments ago. If they hit this free throw here, let's see if they jump back into that again and try and create a turnover. It's handled by the Temple squad now. A lane violation, I believe.
Looked like Deja got in a little too early in the lane there.
So that's
as you said, Gerald did call the press there coming out.
So Trinity Valley up 5, but Temple trying to cut into it here. They'll set it up left side. And there's a steal. Here comes Mercedes driving to the hoop. Yeah, count the basket. Staying in her lane. Yeah, there's so many things you can do with Mercedes. Mercedes for the ladies. It's going to be a fun year. And how much fun is she to watch? She picks up the basket there. 7-0 Trinity Valley. Baseline, and all right, good strong move there. Deja.
Looks like Deja's probably going to pick up her second foul of the game and send Kiana Reed to the free throw line on that play.
Jada Wright checking in now, so Wright will step onto the floor here.
Mass substitutions will be coming in for Temple after the free throw here.
It's still scoreless here, 7-0, or at least Temple hasn't scored. Not able to find any consolation at the net right now. 6:13 left in the first period of play. Free throw coming on its way, and still nothing. Rebound is controlled by Wright. Jada gets it up the floor to Reddy. Working in off the left block, won't go. The rebound, though, from Mercedes. Got the offensive rebound and tied up. That will be favoring Trinity Valley. So with 5:58 to go, TVCC will keep possession.
As I said, whole new set of 5 players in for Temple. You got Bolton, Gatewood, Alhambra, Nunez, and Williams have all checked in for Temple. So
Miller with the ball, driving to the basket, all the way to the lane. The shot won't go, and it's controlled by Temple. Almost point-blank range there. She got a long way to that rim, but was eventually stopped in the process. A push-off coming here. It's going to be on a blocking foul, number 55 on Williams.
Yeah, she comes from Austin McNeil High School.
So Trinity Valley got a good start here, 7, but you'd love to see them really kind of put the foot on the accelerator here and get some separation between them and Temple. Shot on the way from the corner. Count the three-point basket, and that is a nice shot there from Mikkel Miller.
Yeah, had a nice little angle there in the corner. Still again. And Mercedes Brooks caps it off for her 7th point of the first half of play. 12-0 Lady Cardinals.
Timeout on the floor, and we'll get a chance to kind of set it up here as Trinity Valley is doing just what we talked about, Joe. They've got a little bit of separation, a chance to add to that. And you see how explosive they are after the 3 and then a steal, the basket, and that's a 5-point swing just like that.
Yeah, very impressive start for the Lady Cardinals as we get the first quarter media timeout here. And like I say, I mean, Temple's got to find a way to get some adjustments set up, figure some things out. Trinity Valley's coming out strong. Nice start by Coach Ewing and his group. I'm sure he's feeling pretty good as to how they're starting, but he's always going to be finding adjustments throughout.
Well, yeah, and there's such high expectations for this program year after year, and you see why. Because you've been a part of that tournament down in Lubbock over the last several years, the national tournament, moving there a couple of years ago, and the difference from good to great can oftentimes be a turnover here, a missed free throw there, and so you're always looking to improve.
And Tim, for people that don't know, this Lady Cardinal team is ranked number 2 in the nation, but only has one returning team from last year's national tournament runner-up team, and that's Deja Daniel.
Well, they recruit so well, and if you go to the Media Day conference, which I know you were a part of, Benny was there, and there's just such respect for what TVCC has been able to do. Just look around the arena, you'll see all the banners that hang as reminders. There's a steal. It's going to be Mercedes driving right baseline. Looked like she had a chance for that three-point play, but could not connect. So Brooks all the way to the basket.
Clean Shoemakers, Michaela Gatewood got the foul on that play. So sends Mercedes back to the line, shooting 2, and looking to almost get here in double digits as she'll be looking for 8 and 9.
She's got a quick step, doesn't she? I mean,
yes,
she's so
very
explosive.
impressive.
Free throws on its way. It's through. She's got 8 points here as we're just moments into this ball game. If you're just tuning in, Trinity Valley and Temple on Leon Spencer Court tonight here in Athens, Texas.
Tim, getting our first look tonight of New Orleans sophomore Cashel Figueroa as she's come into the ball game.
Yeah, Figueroa, 5'6", sophomore. Got a hand on that one and almost stole away. Saved, and Cardinals there to pull it away. It's Miller out front, and there's a nice dish underneath. How about it? Cashel Figueroa passing off to Mercedes Brooks. She's nicely on the board with 11.
11 of the Lady Cardinals, 16 points in the first quarter, so a very strong start for Mercedes Brooks.
So the Cardinal D trying to keep the shutout alive, and I put the jinx on her. She goes in from the baseline. Thought for a second there it was a football score. 16-0, but now they get the 2. Here's a 3 on the other end. Mercedes back on it. Mercedes Brooks, nice start here. I got traveling coming here. A little bit of what? Me? Bolton. She needed frequent flyer miles with that one, Joe. I mean, she was traveling. She took steps.
See the first score by them was by Bolton. She made a nice drive on that play, and then that one, I guess she just thought, well, let me see if I can do it again, and got herself caught up in the moment.
So 3:40 to go. Nice start to this ball game, especially by Brooks. She's got 14, but had some nice assists along the way. Now works right side to Figueroa. Good strong move. Can't finish though, but there is the putback by Jada Wright. Right with her first bucket.
Yeah, nice play by Jada on that one to find the seam right there and be able to get the easy putback.
Trying to look down low, good eyes, but not going up amongst the trees, and that's a good example why they're swatted away into the Cardinal cheerleaders.
Yeah, Chandra Nunez was too far under at first and then thought, well, let me try it again, and Jada was just in the right spot at the right time.
Oh, nice entry-level pass, but a little hesitation there, and that gave the Cards time to revamp. That one was too many people in the same spot. Controlled by Temple. Right side, head fake in the shot. Won't go right, trying to get a hold of it. Does. Pulls it over to Mercedes. Comes Brooks. 2-on-1. Lady Cards behind the back shot. Nope, she will pass it off. Here's a three-point shot on the way. No good. Boy, that's unfortunate. You got a 2-on-1, almost a 3-on-1, and can't convert. So 2:28 to go here.
But I like the idea that they had. They were trying to see if they could find the best look, but a little too quick there on that three-pointer.
Shot on the way. It'll go. Rebound by Wright. That's why you always hustle on D, even if the numbers aren't in your favor. Stuff like that can happen. There's a shot underneath from Mercedes. Get the assist to Kishelle Figueroa, who finds Brooks. Brooks now with 16 points here. Benny has given us room for 36 points on the score sheet here. I'm beginning to do the math. I don't know if I got enough room.
I might have to add an extra row at the bottom of Mr. Rogers' sheet.
There's a nice recovery by Temple, but Figueroa with quick hands out top almost stripped it away.
Yeah, Gatewood made a nice adjustment there to be able to get herself settled and get the shot down.
Nice shot on the way. It's up and good. This time it's Miller. Miller has 5 points here. Going back to that first game, you talked a little bit about the scoring of the Lady Cards.
Yeah, game high 20 by Miller, and Mercedes is almost at her point total for the first match. She had 19 in that one.
Three-pointer's good on the other end, so count the basket there for Nunez.
Makes it 25-7 now for the Lady Cardinals as we're approaching 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Being very patient here and driving to the basket is Jada Wright. She's fouled in the process. Foul will be called on Williams.
That's an interesting matchup there. You got 6'6" Deasia Williams for Temple against 6'3" Jada Wright. So got you some big, tall people there on the
some athletes
on the
out
inside.
there on the floor here at Leon Spencer Court. Cardinal Gym here in Athens as the first free throw is good.
Mass substitutions again on Temple. It looks like they try to stay in maybe a 4 or 5 person rotation on every switch that they can get. So
that's one thing about it. When you're playing a team like Trinity Valley, you got to have fresh legs out there because we've seen them press already, and just the energy level up and down the floor. Can't convert on the free throw, but good hustle, knocks it out of bounds. I believe that was Miller that knocked it off her leg.
It was McCall Miller.
So McCall getting the quick hands. Here's handoff to Reddy. And Reddy will get the play called in from the sideline from G. Ewing.
Trinity Valley has already amassed their point total from the first meeting. It was a 22-12 first quarter score in Temple earlier in November.
Good drive, hanging, shooting, and scoring is Wright. And Jada Wright has just picked up another basket, so she'll go to the free throw line. 22 seconds left here in the first period of play. She's got 5, can add a couple free throw to it here.
Yeah, very impressive start there by the Lady Cardinals.
And they're playing not just, putting points on the board, but the defense as well, but can't get that free throw to fall. And that's one of those things that will drive a coaching staff crazy. Just a little free throw here and there, they add up. Those points really do. Good pass down low. Wright's going to be called for the foul, I believe, down low. So Jada will pick up her first foul down in the paint there. 5 seconds left to go in the opening period of play here.
Oh, interesting note real quick, Tim. Cashel Figueroa's birthday is today, and that came from Sports Information Director Benny Rogers.
Well, Benny's always working even when he's under the weather, and he appreciate him passing that on. And happy birthday to
Cashel Figueroa.
Congrats. Glad to have her celebrating that here at Cardinal Gym tonight. She's doing well. Here's a shot with no time on the clock, but rims off. So at the end of one, it's 28-8. Trinity Valley leading. Good start here, and we will keep it right here. No Cardinal band or Cardinal regiment tonight, so lots of talking tonight with us. Hang in here. We'll talk a little bit about the Cardinals and what they have coming up in the next few games, and some of the broadcast schedule that we have for us. In fact, let's take a look at that now, Joe. If you got it handy, I know.
I think I got. You got the webcast schedule. I think you've got the schedule in your information over there as well.
Let's talk about the webcast here.
Okay.
Of course, Temple here, and then Coastal Bend coming up in the nightcap. The Cardinals and Coastal Bend tonight, and then
won't see you
the
guys
24th
again.
Will be the next Cardinal webcast.
But also you got December 9th versus Paris. KCKL will be joining the group and taking care of that game at a 2 p.m. Saturday start.
24th Kilgore, the 27th Navarro. With Kilgore will be the women here on the 24th, and then on the 27th it's the men hosting Navarro.
Michael Landers comes back to Cardinal Gym.
That always seems weird to hear you say that.
But as the men's head coach.
Yes,
so.
Yes, that is exactly it. So great first start here, 28-8.
And
Trinity Valley up and leading scorer right now for the Cards.
Yeah, Mercedes Brooks, and like you said, first game of the season this year between the two teams, 22-12 start for the Lady Cardinals. So an improvement on both sides of the ball here in the rematch.
Yeah, and that's one of the things they've put good points up, but the defense has been spectacular, and going to continue to try to keep that going here in the second period of play. Nose to nose on the ball there is Tredasia Smith out of Madisonville, Texas. Shot short. Wright gonna be called for a foul on the floor.
Be her second.
Yeah, Lady Cards will send in a different rotation now with Brooks coming on.
You know, Tim, I actually got to see Tredasia Smith in high school as she played at Madisonville. She played in the same district against the Athens Lady Hornets just 1 year ago. So interesting to now see her in college.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's a drive and a basket. So good start for Temple.
Yeah, Shianna Ellis-Clayton had a nice drive there to find her seam and get it to a 28-10 ball game. So.
And if you find yourself, you look up and you're down 20 points to start the second quarter, now 18, you just got to start, doing what you do. You gotta make something. Don't try to hit a 18-point shot. Make a basket, make a layup, get to the free throw line. Do what you can to get some positive things happening. And so Temple does a good job to get to the basket there. Lady Cards will set it up. It'll be Smith, top right of the elbow. Now over to Brooks for three. Her shot won't go. Cleared out. Here comes Temple after the rebound by Johnston. Johnston picks up the loose ball, drives and scores over the top of Moore. Tasia got the hand extended, but could not stop Johnston.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach is just saying, hey, girls, just play your game. We'll try and chip into this deficit as much as we can, try and find a weakness in Trinity Valley, which there's usually not much of a weakness.
Exactly. You got to just make those opportunities and present as they are presented. Crossover, and then between the legs, drive, fake, shot, won't go. Rebound, put back up, and good for Tasia Moore.
She gets on the scoring column. That's her first bucket of the night.
Averaging 8.3 per game, gets her, like I said, her first there. Temple trying to heat up a little bit, back to back.
Yeah, Gatewood came right back and answered the bucket by the Lady Cardinals. Let's see if Moore can do it again.
Shot this time won't go. Cleared by Temple. Down the floor. Shot is up and good. Coach Ewing says, hey, I've seen enough. We're going to make some adjustments here and talk about this. And kind of going back to that first game, you got it in front of you. That was a good start from Trinity Valley. They came out and were leading by 10 after one.
Yeah,
Earlier this month.
And then just outscored them by 2 points in the second quarter.
Traded baskets, so to speak. 14 to 12 in that second period. Coach Ewing says, hey, I've seen this before. We're going to talk about it. And, there's no panic in his game, obviously, but at the same time, you want to make sure and squelch that momentum.
Tim, in the first matchup, Michaela Gatewood for Temple, she only had 3 points. She leads the team right now with 7 of the 16 on the board. And number 12, Kristen Nelson, she had 15, and she has not scored tonight. So kind of an interesting setup to how the scoring is happening here in this matchup.
Yeah, it has been. We talk about adjustments, and that is, I think, one of the things we're seeing is, hey, we're going to shut her down. We're going to make them find someone else to answer, and they have not been able to. That's a nice lead, but it can go away in a hurry, especially we got the three-point strike. So Trinity Valley will come out of the timeout.
I think Mercedes was also seeing something interesting too, because she was talking with Coach Latoya Howell and Tasia Moore about some adjustments that between players that they can make. Which that's big, that players are also getting involved, saying, "Hey, let's try and work on this area."
With under 8 minutes to go in the opening half, Mercedes Brooks entry-level pass is tipped away, then regathered, but the shot is short and out of bounds off of TVCC.
I'm loving the aggressive nature of the Lady Cardinals right now in this game. I mean, they're flying around, getting to every ball that they can, and big for the Lady Cardinals to get out to a quick start here.
You're right, and you want to keep that momentum going, and we'll see if they can. They got called one there. There was a whistle. I did hear it, but no one stopped, and it's going to be called against. Is that Reddy that they're going to get? Yeah, number 3.
Foul on Alasia Reddy.
So her first foul of the night.
Deja Daniels is going to check back in for Reddy.
And Deja has 2 fouls herself, correct?
Yes, 5 points and 2 fouls. So. Or no points and 2 fouls. Sorry, I was looking at Jada on the point total.
Swing pass to the left side, and it's good. Count the basket.
Doriana Brown, nice opening right there on that play.
Entry-level pass, about as close as you can get it, but missing at point-blank range. Tied up, and now the Cardinals will have possession. A lead by 11 here with 7:17 to go in the first half of play. Trinity Valley and Temple in game 1.
Hot start by the Lady Cardinals, and then to only cut it to 11 is kind of a little bit of a surprise right here. It looks like Temple's found some things that maybe they can exploit on the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Try to just go on several mini runs if you can. And there's another forced defensive play, and that is what's been the difference in this, Joe. They've turned up the bolts on their defensive game, and they have been able to get things going on the offensive board as a result. Drive to the basket's up. And that's easy points there, so it's down to 9. 6:40 to go. First half of play. Trinity Valley bringing it up the floor. Need a good possession here. And not that they've been taking wild shots. They've had good looks at it, but have not been able to get that ball in the cylinder. There's a good take. Driving all the way. Number 11, Tasia Moore.
Yeah, her 4th point of the night. A nice, strong, aggressive play on that one.
Moore forcing her to go to her left. Got her trapped down that baseline, but quickly back out top. Driving, shooting, can't get it to fall. Tipped by Wright, controlled by Brooks. Excuse me, that was Daniel. They'll set it up over on the left side this time. Mercedes quickly out. They'll set it up again, trying to come to the right side. Maybe look back door here. Trying to get a screen across the way. Now, nice pass down low. Wow, I was about to say, you can't stop that. But there is one thing they can stop that. That one got away from her, so the foul is how they stopped it. Going to the free throw line, it's going to be Michael Miller.
No, that's Tasia Moore.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at it right there and totally missed it on my part. And she followed through with a miss at the free throw line. So I'll count that one on me because I started that trend. 5:34 to go. First half of play. See if Moore can get something going here. And they do. Get the point. Now get a chance to put the press on again.
Got her 5th point of the night. Big play right there. We hate not having Mr. Benny Rogers here for the game tonight. Hope he gets to feeling better.
Well, that one's not going to make him feel better there, right? They got the steal and then just kind of looked away and threw it into traffic. But they have kind of the elements all in place there, but this quarter they have not really been able to get things just
Moore just got herself in foul trouble. That's her 3rd of the first half. So now birthday girl Cashel Figueroa comes back into the ball game and to replace Moore.
Figueroa is a quick player, man. I've seen some explosiveness out of her. See how they adjust here with just over 5 to go in the first half. Basketball is one of those games that's it's all about quick starts, the first 4 minutes, the last 4 minutes of a period and whatnot. This is kind of a good gauge on what you can see. There's a charge that is drawn. I believe that was Brooks that drew the charge.
But, you know, I thought it was interesting. The last game I was here at Cardinal Gym, I was able to talk with Coach Ewing, and he said, you know, we want to be able to win, like you said, we want to be able to win the first 4 minutes of the quarter, every quarter, get out to a quick start, win that quarter, and keep winning the next 2-3 minutes of every quarter. It's been kind of an interesting adjustment here in this game. He's been able to win some of the big first sets of quarters, then Temple's come back. So be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out.
Drive to the basket is on the way. It's good. Count it for Miller. Mikel Miller out of Michigan City.
Got her 7th point of the ball game.
She's starting to heat up here. That's too hot to handle. Good save, though. Wow, good effort. Didn't think she was going to get there, but nice maneuver to get to that basketball. Brooks almost got a hand. Here's a 3 on the way. It's no good. Rebound is taken by Miller. Quickly up the floor to Figueroa. And knocked away. Good D.
Yeah, Kippy Webb got in the right spot and was able to use her 5'11" frame to go up there and swat the ball away for that block.
So 4:08 to go here in the first half of play. Trinity Valley leading by 14.
Alana Johnston and Jemiah Miller come back into the ball game for Temple.
Trying to set it up down low. Good pass and good finish. Nice job, Figueroa, getting the assist.
Welcome to the scoring column, Deja Daniel.
Absolutely. Daniel says, let me put that in the cylinder. Here's the shot. No good. Rebound is taken by Daniel. Over to Kishel Figueroa. cross to Smith. Smith now, that's one of those Miller would like to have back and will get a chance to here as Figueroa steals it. They'll bring it up the floor.
Figueroa said, don't worry, I got you.
Smith, left side. Kick out pass 3. Won't go. I think Miller was feeling that, but it just didn't cooperate. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Daniel.
Good help defense on that one. Temple had a 2-on-1 against Mercedes Brooks and went for the quick shot there.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, you talk about the 4 minutes, and I totally agree. As you look now, 3 minutes to go, it's back up to 16 points. If you can make a nice push here to end this half, all of a sudden that little lag time there, it's a little less painless, a little less pain for you. And
Yeah.
they have a chance to add to it here after going to the free throw line.
They've already amassed the point total of the first meeting in the first half. They were up by a score of 36-24. It's 37-21 right now. So, like we said, the adjustments are interesting, and it's kind of following the way of the first matchup, a little bit more of improvement from first matchup. So,
Free throw on the way and good for Daniel. Deja averaging 4.9 points per game. She's got her third one here in the first half. Shot is up, and it is good. So up to an 18-point advantage.
nice crowd here at Cardinal Gym for the first webcast of the almost last day of November. So kind of crazy that we're almost in December.
Yeah, it's definitely flying by, and there's a flying J there from. Go ahead, I know you're ready.
Malakoskiana Reed.
Got a
I
little
tweeted
smile.
out that she was going to be coming back in town. She said, let's get it. So
She got her first basket of the night there. 39-23. Cards directing traffic now across to Miller. Shot won't go. Good clearing out there by Temple. They had 3 people ready to crash the boards. Brooks, good D, and forced her to take a shot I don't think she was really wanting to take. Here's another one on the way from Reed. Won't go. Miller Brooks rather had it knocked out of bounds by Temple.
and that aggressive play once again by the undefeated Lady Cardinals coming into the night at 10-0 and in a non-conference matchup tonight. Number 24 for Temple, Doriana Brown, checks back into the game for the Leopards.
So now down to that 2-minute mark here and really want to make that push. We see several of the Cardinals football team making their way into the field or into the audience tonight here at Cardinal Gym. Foul, and see if it was in the act of shooting. Should be 2 shots coming.
Big game for the Cardinals as they get to have a rematch with the Garden City Broncbusters on Saturday in the Champs Heart of Texas Bowl in Copper's Cove. As everyone knows, the Athens Review will be there along with Benny Rogers providing updates on social media throughout the scoring contest.
The Cardinals going bowling this year, as they have for the last 5 years. Shot on the way is good, so count the basket for Brooks.
And kind of a somber day too for the Cardinals, as head football coach and athletic director Brad Smiley will be coaching in his last game for the Cardinals. He will now become the offensive coordinator at Northwestern State University.
Yeah, and it's been a very good run for the Cards. There's a shot on the way after the miss, and tie up. Ball will go to Temple.
Right there between Kiana Reed and McCall Miller for the rebound there and change of possession, forced the tie-up. So interesting setup, 2-2-1 formation for the Lady Cardinals. Try and put some pressure on the ball here.
Yeah, see if they can force a couple of turnovers here to finish this first half out. They will get it down in the corner. Shot is short. There's a nice rebound from Daniel. Pushing the pace will be Miller. Over from the right side, the three-pointer is good for Figueroa.
Nice three-pointer there by Figueroa.
Michelle gets her third point here in the first half.
Nice swing out pass right there. Temple's trying to find a way to get something, but forced the turnover by none other than Miller on that play.
Drive to the basket. Figueroa got mugged on the way, but it's controlled by Trinity Valley. Three-pointer from the other side. Figueroa! Keishel Figueroa out of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Figueroa said, if I can't do it once, give the ball back to me, Smith, and I'll take three again.
Got a nice roll over the cylinder and through that time. Temple puts it to 21. Trinity Valley looks to hold for the last shot here.
Smart play by the Lady Cardinals. Very impressive first half by the Lady Cardinals. We really didn't have to go into a bonus situation on fouls, so very disciplined by the Lady Cardinals throughout this first half.
They're playing a nice pace, pretty crisp. Here's a long three-pointer with 3 on the clock, and it's good. Count the basket from Miller, and the Cardinals go into the half leading 49-25, and it is a red-hot Cardinal team, as we talked about, finishing it strong. 24-point lead now after the first quarter of play. They weren't up 24. I didn't write it down. What was it? You got that?
In the first meeting?
Yeah. No, the first quarter tonight. They got up to that really good start, then had that lull in the second, and then we were talking about if they can just make a good push here in the final 3-4 minutes, they'll have that chance to, right the wrong. And they do, as they look strong here. 49-25. If you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Tim Howard. Joe Ellerson in for Benny Rogers, who's under the weather tonight. But we got a chance to talk a little bit about the Cardinals and some of the cool things going on here on the campus of TVCC. Why don't we start here with we'll talk about the radio broadcast. We didn't get a chance to work through that. But go ahead and save the dates for Saturday the 9th. I'll let you come back, Joe, momentarily and talk about who they're playing on those nights. But December 9th, January the 8th, January the 13th, January 17th, January 20th, and February 21. Those will all be broadcast on 95.9 KCKL and Network1Sports.com for your Cardinal fix there.
Yeah, December 9th, it'll be a women's only matchup, Saturday matchup. Paris will come to town. Then on January 8th, the Lee Running Rebels make their appearance to Cardinal Gym on a Monday at 7 p.m. The January 13th matchup is a Saturday matchup with the San Jacinto Ravens in a 4 o'clock game, as that will be, unfortunately, San Jacinto is ending their basketball program this year.
What a storied tradition, too. They've always had such great programs through the years, and that's going to be a monumental moment there. Let's talk a little bit about, thank you for that, Joe. We'll talk a little bit about the first half stats here. And Brooks came out red hot for Trinity Valley. Mercedes Brooks, she's averaging 16.7 points per game. And right now we've got her at 17 points. So she's hit the average, but still got a half to go.
And your other double-figure scorer, McCall Miller, right as the half ended, she scored her 10th point of the game. Your other scorers, Kashelle Figueroa, the birthday girl, happy birthday to her, 6 points in that first half. You had 5 from Taisha Moore, 2 from Tredacia Smith, 5 from Jada Wright, and 4 from Deja Daniels. So that caps off your 49 points there for the Lady Cardinals.
Talk a little bit about the energy of this team, what you've seen thus far.
Oh, it's got to be very infectious for the Lady Cardinals to be able to see what they're coming in. But if anyone knows how to make the top adjustments, it's one of your most impressive coaches in this conference, in my opinion, and head coach Gerald Ewing and assistant coach LaToya Howell. I mean, if anyone can figure out the right way to get a team adjusted and get them adjusted in a hurry, even though he's up big, Ewing knows what adjustments need to be made. He's going to say, just like I said earlier, win the first 5 minutes of the quarter and keep it rolling.
Good things happen when you do that. Thank you, Joe Ellerson. I'm Tim Howard. We're going to step away momentarily. We'll be back here with more from Cardinal Gym on the campus of TVCC in Athens. It's Trinity Valley leading over Temple 49-25 on the Cardinal Sports Network. And welcome back. Cardinal Gym on the campus of Trinity Valley College in Athens, Texas. TVCC leading Temple at intermission, 49-25 the score. I'm Tim Howard along with Joe Ellerson of the Athens Review, in for Benny Rogers tonight. Talk a little bit about this first half before we get to the third period of play. Leading scorer for the Cardinals, Brooks, she came out on fire.
Yeah, definitely came out on fire for the Lady Cardinals, and kind of an interesting sighting here. As we say, Malakoff graduate Kiana Reed is here. Head coach Megan Hyde, Jasmine Huey, and some of the Malakoff players are here in attendance watching Kiana in her matchup here tonight. So
a lot of support for her. That's cool. It's the Lady Cards with that good start, though. You got Brooks, who's lighting it up, 17 points. And then in double figures, number 23, Miller. She, like you said a while ago, ended that first half with a three-point dagger.
Yeah, ended it with a three-point dagger big there. And Tim, as you said, the Lady Cardinals 10-0 on the season, 1-0 in conference play. The win was against Blinn here at Cardinal Gym, 64-59 earlier this season. They will resume conference play starting next game in December and go throughout as Jacksonville is on the schedule here at Cardinal Gym.
Excellent. And as we talked about, the ebb and flow of this game, 28-8 was what the score was at the end of the first quarter. Ransom Blake helped me with that along with you just a few moments ago. And we were talking about how in the second period of play kind of got off to a little bit, wheels off, not looking as sharp or focused. They cut that lead a little bit. But in the end result, after finishing strong, Trinity Valley has extended what was a 20-point advantage to now a 24-point advantage. So good stuff there, and Coach Ewing's going to feel good about the final result of that, how they continue to fight together.
Yeah, and Tim, as you said, it stayed close. It was only 21-17. The Lady Cards outscored Temple there in the second quarter. So the adjustments were made by the Leopards, even though the score is 49-25. So be interesting to see what each team talked about in the halftime and how they come out here in this third quarter.
So here are the Cardinals, Lady Cards to inbound, and they will, Coach Ewing say, hey, get on the floor, let's go. Let's get this thing moving. I like that right off the bat. Get some energy. The shot on the way, rattles out. Won't go. So the Cardinals back on defense here.
If I believe this is the first time we've seen Rogeria Eccles in the game. I don't remember if she had checked in earlier in the game or not.
Shot on the way won't go. Pulled down by Miller. Miller running the point. Here's the shot. It won't go. So a couple of missed opportunities early. There's a shot on the way. Other end, no good. And out of bounds off of Temple. The Cardinals with their third possession here.
Yeah, kind of an interesting start. Kind of resembled the first half, each team trying to find their offensive shooting. And as you said, Lady Cardinals came out strong in the first quarter, 16-0 lead to start that first quarter before Temple got on the scoreboard.
That's a good start, huh? Here's a nice, speaking of good, nice entry-level pass. The basket is good. Count that one for Deja Daniels. She has got her 6th point.
Yeah, now makes the game 26 points in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Don't forget, we've got a 2 for tonight. Twice as nice in Athens as the Cardinal men will be playing here a little bit later, about 30 minutes after this one ends. We'll have it for you.
On a Wednesday night, as you said. Twice as nice on a Wednesday night.
I can get used to that. I love hoops, and we're going to have plenty of it for you here on the Cardinal Sports Network throughout the 2017-2018 season. Foul is going to be putting a little bit of pressure on that Cardinal front line. Now the third foul of the ball game here on Daniel.
And 24, Doriana Brown from Georgetown High School is at the charity stripe.
So she'll put the first one through. Still one more to go, and we'll see Wright check in momentarily. Coming on for Daniel. That one was long off the back iron. Mercedes quickly out to Eccles. Eccles from the left side, shot, and money time for Eccles as she's, as you said, getting her first action here in the ball game tonight. Got a stoppage of play here. A little something happening at the scorer's table. So let's go back to that shot, though, from Eccles. Rodria made the basket out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, Eccles on that play said, hey, let me get my name in the newspaper for the Athens Review.
A little shameless plug there from old Joe Ellerson. I
Hey,
can't blame you.
I got to put it out there when we can.
You got to try. You got to try. 53-26. Glad to have you here tonight, Joe, as the Cardinals are little collision course there. And people who say there's not the basketball's not physical, don't play this brand of basketball. That's for sure. Here's a kick out. Left side, three on the way. It won't go. That is a nice form from Rodria. Just short. Here's a shot. That is a basket. Count that one for number 24. Temple now within 25 and 3 seconds in the lanes. So getting a little sloppy or a little lazy in the lane there, just kind of losing track, so to speak, and gets whistled for the lane violation.
Yeah, it's interesting how Ewing and all the coaches can find these players when you got them out of Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, Washington, D.C., Memphis, Tennessee, Michigan City, Indiana, Park Forest, Illinois, and Killeen, and all these other locations, and they can just find a way to just mesh so well together.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing, but they make it look seamless, don't they? I mean, it's really something to behold. A lazy pass there, though. That's going to be an easy bucket on the other end. It will result in that turnover being points for Temple. Going back to what you're talking about, part of that has to do with the fact that a lot of these players are finding them. Hey, look at my tape, look at this. And when you have such a storied program, boy, everybody wants to be a part of that. And then you got great recruiting from the coaching staff here. It's just a good place to be. That shot is not going to result in points. Rebound on the other end. Rodria, nice job. Now she'll turn and burn. Coming down the floor. Little stutter step, hanging, shooting. Can't get the ball to fall, though.
Yeah, Tim, and it's interesting, too, because a lot of these players are trying to figure out, hey, they're transfers that didn't quite fit in with the program that they were at. They want to get their feet back adjusted, find a place to be able to fit in, and Coach Gerald Ewing and his staff just finds a way to get the best out of each player.
Yeah, it's for sure, and you're right. It just as some people adjust, shot won't go. Going to get another chance at it. Does. Score the hoop. But as you allude to there, people transferring in because sometimes chemistry is not right and you just need a new venue. And that's why when you do find a way to make it happen here, it doesn't happen that way everywhere you go. So credit to Lady Cards and their staff for what they're able to accomplish year after year. Shot is going to be short, but fouled in the process is Miller. She'll be headed to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Second foul called on Jemima Miller for Temple there, as Miller looks to possibly get her 11th and 12th point on the night.
So Cardinals trying to really get something going here in the second half and have yet to do so. They've put 4 points up here in the first 4.5 minutes. and see if they can, flip that switch. That's kind of a dangerous thing to kind of get into that, but boy, they are explosive and it can score, as we saw in the second half, in a hurry. But a lot of times, as we've talked about, those points coming off defense, you really get it going, like with this press, as right on cue is the steal from Rodria. Shot is no good, but going to the free throw line. Kind of a little lull in the action right now. If they can get over this, get some points here, and one thing we talk about is that quick start. A lot of times if you can come out of the second half, especially when you got a big lead on somebody, you can pull away and never have to look back. But you let a team hang around and miss some free throws and turnovers, and all of a sudden, sometimes teams can get a second wind and get things going. And Coach Ewing is always, every moment's a teachable moment, right? And so he's got plenty of things he's looking at right now, saying, man, we got to find the right combination. 1 of 2 at the line.
Eccles gets her third point there, goes 1 out of 2 at the free throw line.
Trying to go right side, and they'll get it knocked away. Good job at the top of the stripe. Shot on the way is easy money for Mercedes Brooks. Brooks now with 19 points here.
Her first bucket of the third quarter. Media timeout as called here at the Cardinal Gym. Tim, just kind of, you kind of look at the point totals, and right now the season high for the Lady Cardinals in terms of scoring this season happened in the Bud Keith-Hearn Thanksgiving Classic over the weekend. Scored 93 points against Arkansas Baptist in a 93-40 victory. So they've only scored over 80 twice this season, and 2 games of 70, 5 games of 60, and just 1 game in the 50, and that was against Salt Lake at Midland. So right now 57-32 here in the third quarter. Looks like they're going about on average for what they're going in scoring average for the year. So that's big when it comes to what they're getting this season.
Absolutely, and get a chance just to build on that, find that rotation, find what's working, get that confidence, and get ready for conference play. They do have 1 game already in the conference books, 1-0 in conference, but we'll come back in the second portion of the season after the break. We did talk about some of the transfers earlier. You've got Brooks. She's a transfer from Kansas State, and Mercedes looks like, boy, she's ready.
And Nichols transfers from Oklahoma State, so they may have seen each other in Big 12 play.
I was going to say they more than likely did get that opportunity. Thank you to Benny Rogers. Well, he has a wealth of knowledge. Back to action here. Here's a kick out on the right side. Won't go. Rodria with a rebound. Also goes by Didi. So for those of you watching, go, sorry about that. Didi driving to the basket. She's going to get her opportunity at the charity stripe there after she was fouled in the process.
Once again, also we say we hate not having Benny Rogers here. Hope he gets to feeling better. And
but it's like he's here.
It does feel like he's here.
He's all over it. Benny, we do miss you, my friend. I hope you are feeling better. Here's a shot that bounces out, won't go.
He'd love to be at the first Cardinal webcast of the season, and hate that he was not able to take part in this first one. But hopefully we'll see you down the road at the Champs Harder Texas Bowl on Saturday.
Absolutely. And, one of the things we're talking about, there's so much. I get a little excited because this time of year you got basketball cranking up, you still got some football going. You're going to blink. It's going to be softball season. 1 of 2 at the line there. So 4 points on the night. There's a lot of good things happening. Here is a ball knocked away. Excellent job in the lanes. That time by number 23. Mikel Miller. Here's a kick out for 3. DD putting it down for 3. How about that? Rhea Eccles.
Her 7th point of the ball game, and timeout called by Temple there before Mercedes was able to get the steal and try and go coast to coast.
So with a little over 4 minutes to go here in the third period, this is kind of that swing point this quarter. They really haven't put a whole lot of points on the board. You look up, you're at 12 now. You still got some time here. See if you can extend that lead some more, you know?
Yeah, I mean, still put the pedal to the metal and try and get the Lady Cardinals to an 11-0 start would be huge at this point in the season, as then you come back and resume conference play starting next week, and then we're hard and heavy into conference play and looking for possible another title and trying to get back to a national championship tournament in Lubbock come, I believe, March.
Yeah,
I believe it's March.
Good action happening between ladies and, of course, the men. This conference, always a storied conference. Region 14. I was looking at the standings a couple of nights ago, and as I recall, Tyler Junior College still undefeated. The guys off to a good start. Had a little a tough match the other night in Florida, but 8-2 on the year.
Wealth of knowledge, Mr. Betty Rogers comes back and says this is the 10th season for the Cardinal Sports Network to be doing webcasts of Cardinal basketball.
Well, and I'll tell you, step for step, pound for pound, this is one of the best crews around. These guys make it look so good here. It's 10 years later.
So a decade of great Cardinal basketball coverage, and amazing to see what everything's turned into here at the Valley.
It is a good time here on the campus of Trinity Valley in Athens. Back to a scrum on the floor, and that is last touched out of bounds off of the Cardinals. So it will be Temple basketball. Pass. Nice drive to the basket. Got a good drive put right in a tough spot and is able to deliver. So bucket for Temple.
Be interesting to see what if the Lady Cardinals continue to put the pedal to the metal, or if they try to slow it down and play a different style. But
be a whistle out front, and that will be on number 10, Gatewood. Gatewood out of Killeen. There's a lot of Killeen players on the squad. 4 Killeen players for Temple.
Brings in Aileen Carazales now into the ball game in replace of
Well, I was about to say, do you think Deja knows any of those young ladies from Killeen? There are four players from Temple that are playing for Killeen, and of course her hometown of Killeen. Shot on the way is nice. It is counted and up to 64-34.
Miller got her 14th point of the ball game, so now you have Mercedes Brooks with 19, Miller with 14 to lead the way for the Lady Cardinals. Only players right now in double figure scoring.
She can heat up in a hurry too, man. There's some sharp shooters out on the floor in the white with red trim tonight.
And as you see now, it is a 30-point lead for the Lady Cardinals.
TD going to be pulling the rebound down, is fouled over the back there. So Coach Ewing is going to make a substitution here. He will get Kishelle Figueroa onto the floor.
The happy birthday girl, as we were told earlier by Mr. Benny Rogers.
Miller will sit, and Figueroa on in the right corner. Drive from Brooks. It's going to be called for steps. Looks like she got a little bit trapped or tripped up there on her thought process, trying to pass and take a little half shuttle step.
It's going to be the Lady Cardinals' 7th turnover of the game. So they've been able to protect the ball fairly nicely tonight and built up this 30-point lead. Timeout on the floor. Charge to the Lady Cardinals, 30-second timeout. So be interesting to see what Coach Ewing dials up in this quick timeout.
Yeah, as the Lady Cards will huddle up and talk about it here, gives us an opportunity to mention again the Heart of Texas Bowl coming up here this coming Saturday morning. And
as I was told, tickets will still be sold for the game through Friday. They will be sold through tomorrow through Jeremy Richardson here at Cardinal Gym, and then through the business office until Friday. So
we talked briefly about Coach Smiley and his move to being the offensive coordinator. I do want to say congratulations to him. Happy for him and his family, able to move and be closer to family in that regard. We'll certainly miss him, but anticipate the Cardinals will make a great hire and continue that tradition. Back to continuing the tradition here at Leon Spencer Court. The steal, the bucket, and the lead extended to 66-34. Trinity Valley up large with 2.5 to go in the third. Kind of forcing the pressure there, but a nice job to squelch a little bit of that.
yeah, nice shot there by Nunez on that one. And real quick, if we can get another shameless plug in, on Friday we will have a Trinity Valley Bowl section for the Champs Heart of Texas Bowl. Give you all the insights, all the details, all the thoughts from all the coordinators. Will Reed, Sherrod Poteet, Brad Smiley, his perspective on this being a rematch of his first coaching game
away
and his
down
last.
in the paint, and a forced turnover there. Yeah, it's not, those things don't just happen, Joe, so I congratulate you on that. I look forward to seeing that. Minute 58 left in this quarter of play or period here, third period, and Trinity Valley get a chance to play a lot of different rotations tonight.
Yeah, big on the rotation aspect, and you know, I find it interesting. Great game here at Cardinal Gym, but like I was saying, Brad Smiley coaches. His very first game at Trinity Valley was against Garden City. His very last is against Garden City.
I saw that.
So he
earlier this
bookends
week.
perfectly
Yeah, that's
for
interesting.
a great career.
And be interesting. Can't wait to talk to him about his thoughts going into this one. Minute and a half left of the third, and Cardinal D going to extend around the top of the perimeter. Three on the way. Won't go. Rebound is taken by Moore. Moore all the way in the paint. Pass down low. DD's shot won't go. Moore with the rebound. The putback, it's good. Count the basket for Tasia Moore.
Give her 7 points in the ball game for the Lady Cardinals tonight, as solid play coming.
She's averaging 8.3, so right at it here in the third. The basket is good on the other end.
Nunez
Trading
comes
baskets.
back. Nunez comes back and says, "You got one. I'll come back and answer you on that one."
Three-point shot is no good. The rebound and going to be whistled for the foul. Jada Wright gets called, I believe, for the push.
Well,
yeah, it's going to be her third foul of the ball game here.
both of his post players right now, 3 fouls, as Daniels has her third, and Wright has 3. Also, Tasia Moore has 3. So those are your 3 Lady Cardinals in foul trouble right now.
Under 40 to go. Their ball just kind of in between as the Cardinals, Trinity Valley and Temple all up in the air at the same time. Just hung, and the ball never came down. So Cards pick it up and will hold it.
Possibly the last shot of the third quarter.
A little bit of a difference between the shot clock and the game clock, but they would have time for a rebound and a putback on a miss. Driving right side, out top, 3-point shot, thought about it, now goes over. DD's shot, won't go, rebound, controlled by Temple. They'll have 5 on the clock. Moving up the floor, inside the stripe and then off the foot and out of bounds. Never got the shot to go. So heading to the fourth period of play, it's a 30-point advantage. Trinity Valley leading 68-38. It is the Cardinal Sports Network, and talk about that third quarter a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of look at the breakdown, I mean, it was a 21-13 scoring advantage for the Lady Cardinals. So played it nice there in that first half.
Hey, we're going to step away real quick, Joe. We'll come back and hit that one more time. Fourth period coming up on the Cardinals Sports Network right after this. outscoring the Temple squad 19-13 in that. So good D, but the offense a little bit off. And now here's the ball out of bounds, so the forced turnover right away.
Yeah, nice quarter there by the Lady Cardinals. As we said in the earlier matchup, the first and third were kind of the big ones. The second and fourth were kind of the close ones. So hopefully not a repeat of that one, even though the Lady Cardinals lead by 30.
Got a hand on the ball there in the lane, but nice recovery. Couldn't get the shot to fall, but still going to control as Moore. It's going to be whistled for the violation. It'll be Temple ball here.
Was it foul or did the ball go out of bounds?
I think it was just out of bounds on the baseline. I didn't see a number called, so.
Lady Cardinals' ninth turnover of the game tonight. So
9:30 left to go in this ball game, and Cardinals up comfortably. But we've talked about G. Ewing and what he'd like to see in the finish, and always building momentum. And they've built a nice run and a big lead here. And see if they can finish strong here in Athens tonight. Back down the shot. Won't go. The rebound is put back. It won't go. And now a tie-up situation. Good effort that time from Carazales. But the arrow faces the Cardinals.
Nice crowd on a Wednesday night here at Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym for Trinity Valley basketball. Good to see the crowd out here supporting the Lady Cardinals and Cardinals.
Yeah, got a doubleheader tonight. You're right. There's so many things going this time of year between starting those Christmas holiday parties and shopping, and you shopping for good stuff here tonight. Cardinal basketball. You can't beat it. Here's a shot. It's on the money. Count the basket for D.D. Eccles out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Gets her 9 points on the night, so a good showing off the bench here in the second half.
Yeah, she's had a strong third quarter and coming out with more here in the fourth. .25 left. Cardinals running a little bit of the trying to get into that motion, and all of a sudden there was that a 3-second violation or was it a foul? I didn't see a number whistled. Looking on the board, I think he just got called 3 seconds here, which seemed like a quick three because they just coming out of that situation. But Coach Howell not happy at all with their player. There's a dish underneath. Boy, that was a hot one. Brooks catches, shoots, rolls it through. Nice body control there. She was basically under the basket when she was fouled and was able to regain her momentum and get the basket.
Goes for the old-fashioned three-point play there as she is looking to get her 22nd point of the night as the game-high leading scorer for the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, she's had just another successful trip on the floor tonight here in Athens. That point is on the books. So now 22 points here, 8:04 to go.
10 Lady Cards have amassed their scoring total from the first meeting between these two teams. It was a 70-50 ball game, and as you see right now, 73-38 on your computer screen as you are watching at home. And we thank you for tuning in to the Cardinal Sports Network.
Do us a favor, spread the word. You can catch a lot of action here on the Cardinal Sports Network between basketball, men's basketball. We covered Tasha Spain, the Lady Cardinals volleyball team earlier. There's a nice three-pointer hitting the open three. Malaysia ready with the basket.
That now makes every player that has been in the ball game for the Lady Cardinals have scored tonight. So good to see that all the players have gotten at least a bucket in this game.
Backed her off with a nice move. The pass over won't go as Reddy has it rim out. Now a steal by Figueroa.
Figueroa had the perfect eyes on that play.
Shot and didn't get it, but the putback is good from Moore.
Moore gets her 9th point of the ball game tonight, so edging in on that double figure mark.
Shot won't go. The rebound, though, is out of bounds off of TVCC as that was Reed on the shot. Kiara could not get that one to go.
Yeah, she tried to see if she could get some pressure on Tasia Moore there and just wasn't able to get it, and fortunately the shot went out for her.
So with 6:58 to go, the shot is up and count the basket.
A shot there by Nunez gets her 9 for the ball game for the Leopards of Temple.
Nunez has kind of had a better look this second half. She was kind of quiet in the first quarter, first period, and comes back strong in the second half. Lady Cardinals being very patient, trying to set up a little offense, work the ball into the corner. Figueroa, bounce back step, shot, no good. Brooks with the rebound. She is tackled just shy of the first down marker.
Tim, as we said,
Sure. I was wondering if you were listening.
as we said earlier, Kristen Nelson for Temple led the team in the first matchup scoring. She scored double figures. She had 15 points. She has not scored tonight, and she is currently in the ball game here for the Leopards. I thought you would have said first down in a Murchison Mile.
Yeah. Guard's going to get whistled there for violation, and just caught him in the blocking the lane there. So turnover there with 6:24 to go. Trinity Valley still a chance to double them up here, leading 78-40. Want to invite you to stick around. Men's basketball coming up after this one tonight. Coach Guy Fur and the Trinity Valley Cardinals, 8-2 on the season. They got a good one coming up this evening. We'll look forward to that for you as well. Whistle and stoppage of play. Joe, what are your thoughts on this one?
Tim, real quick, that is now the 5th foul on Tasia Moore. She's fouled out of the ball game with 9 points on the night. So big loss for the Lady Cardinals right there. As with 6:08, they've lost a player due to foul trouble.
Moore is a little disappointed as she's headed to that sideline. And knew she didn't have her best outing, but good news, there's still plenty of time to adjust on that. There's nights when you get whistle happy. There's a good block out underneath and couldn't finish as Wright will get the rebound. So she'll lead it down the floor to Dee Rogers. Or excuse me, Eccles. Shot won't go. Foul is going to be called on Reeve.
It's our first of the ball game since Mercedes Brooks to the line, looking to hopefully get points number 23 and 24 on the night.
So a little leadership there at the line, calling the next defense after the free throw, and made sure everybody was on the same page. Does hit that first one, so she's at the 23 mark.
Big game for the 6-foot sophomore out of Wichita Falls, Texas. And did we say Kansas State transfer?
Yeah, and she's looked all of that and more tonight as she puts up her 24th point here with 5:50 to go in the ball game. Trouble in the corner. That's an easy steal for Wright. And the Cards, what a run. She'll slow it down, gets it across to Figueroa. Left side jumper is good from the baseline. Count the basket for Dee Eccles.
And hello, double figures, 11 on the night for Dee.
Now forcing the turnover there with steps. You look down at a stat sheet momentarily, you can miss a lot. This Cardinal team forces a lot of quick things to happen with that defense, and Coach Ewing is kind of prides his program on that as Lady Cardinal tradition of, hey, make them work. 94 feet of work. Good pass down in the paint. Nice basket, but an even more impressive pass. I believe that was Reddy on the pass with the assist.
Yes, I believe that was right. And, as another, almost turnover happened. Almost.
Turnover.
And
Nice.
a block there on Kiana Reed.
Wright slaps it away.
Right.
Pass underneath. That's too easy. As go ahead and keep that pin out because Brooks isn't done. She's had 26 points on the night.
86-40 now for the number 2 ranked team in the country in the Trinity Valley Lady Cardinals.
4.5 to go here in the ball game. Long three-pointer is on the way, and it's good. Count the basket.
And first basket of the night by Nelson for the Temple Leopards. So she scores with just over 4 minutes left in the game for her first points on the night after double figure in the first meeting.
Wright going to try and get to the basket all the way down low. The whistle coming and whistled for the charge. Jada had a good job to get from the top of the post down to the lower, but when she got to the low post, she lowered the shoulder, and they got her.
Lowered the shoulder on Malakoff graduate Kiana Reed, so she's feeling that one as she heads back over to the Temple sideline. 4 fouls now on Jada Wright.
We got a media timeout here with 4:06 to go. Chance to kind of recap or capture what's happened here in the first 3.5 periods of play. Good start from Coach Ewing and his team. They led 28-8 at the end of one, and then a little bit of a slow pace there in the second, just kind of slowed down. And you look up at the half, they increased that 20-point lead to a 24-point advantage.
Yeah, and then came back out and increased it again in the third quarter, made it 30. So came out of the third quarter at 68-38. As you're saying now, your national champion Trinity Valley Cardinals showcasing some of their skills that make them such a successful program.
I'm glad I was able to help with some exercises there for some of those guys. They do that so.
It just hurts me. I would think
it's
I
amazing.
wouldn't even. I couldn't even do it on a trampoline, let alone do it on a hard floor like a basketball
amazing stuff.
court. So
now what they do, it's incredible, and that's one of the reasons why they are national champions. A lot of hard work in the athletic department, from cheerleaders to Lady Cardinal basketball, volleyball. There's some talent here in Athens. So with under 4 to go, it is now Temple moving up the floor, trying to cut into a 43-point lead. Drive on the way, won't go for Kiana. Here's an outlet pass and drive. Nice reverse, couldn't get it to go. Well, the Lady Cardinal bench was 90% up, waiting for that. That was Highlight Real City, but just short. Out of bounds off of Temple.
yeah, and we hope you continue to enjoy the basketball as we will have the nightcap of this doubleheader tonight as the Cardinals look to improve to 9-2 on the year and 1-0 in conference play as they host Coastal Bend here later at Cardinal Gym.
Shot on the way from Daniel. That's off the mark. And then the turnover on the far sideline out of bounds. So at 3:18 to go, you've played a pretty nice effort all the way around. Coach Ewing's been able to play a lot of different people, still tweak and see what he wants to do with this rotation. Last thing he'll do is kind of get sloppy, so they try to really finish strong here and get called over the back there for Daniel. But, man, not a lot that you can look at and go, man, they got to work on this, and that. There will be some, like you said earlier, Coach Ewing's got a notebook of things he's working on in that database upstairs.
I'm sure him and Coach Hall are always looking for some. Well, that's now the 5th foul on Deja Daniel. I missed one in that account, so she is now out of the game with
a couple of
6
players
points on the
fouling
night,
out. That's
so.
one of those things that, you look at. Okay, well, maybe a little less physical in that regard, and then, you go through all these different rotations. But if this happens, what if that happens? What if this does happen? What if this doesn't happen? How many times have you been at a national tournament and you lose a player or somebody's banged up, or
you change the outcome of your entire tournament?
Yeah, you gotta have those plans in place, and so that's what tonight's been a lot of different looks, a lot of different opportunities for some young ladies shining. They've had a good outing, no doubt about it. First free throw is off, and a little bit of a coaching, little teaching going on in the lanes right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. And
Right,
like you said, adjustments being made as Kiana goes 1 for 2 on the free throws there. But Coach Howell and Coach Ewing, they've definitely got some ideas in mind of things that they really need to be cleaning up here.
Thought that one was going to go. Doesn't, but there's an offensive rebound from Figueroa. Keishel will be going to the free throw line as she's fouled. So with 2:54 left in this contest, do want to tell you, man, don't go anywhere. We'll have the Trinity Valley Cardinals and Coastal Bend. The Cougars, you know, they've been in the locker room. They've been getting loose, but they've been over on the far side stretching, and I keep looking at that and I'm thinking, what is it, 8.5, 9 hours down to Coastal Bend? That long drive, nonetheless. Yeah. And so they're.
Where is that, out of Beeville?
Yeah, it's down on that coast, and that's a good drive. I may be wrong on the 8 hours, but it's it's maybe 7.5, 9. Gotta Google it. Not that we have time right now, but we can ask them.
I feel bad for the kids if they get to be back in school early tomorrow, as the birthday girl has now reached double figures. She just scored her 10th point of the night, so nice play there by Figueroa. Blocking call there.
Whoa.
Tough one.
Yeah,
on, Ready.
Reddy's like, okay, I get the foul and the bruise to match. It's beautiful.
And send Temple to the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's right. So. It's one of those things where you look at it and you think, how did I get that one? But, you know, got there a little late with those feet perhaps, and got the free throw on the other end to show, but can't convert, so still a 44-point lead.
Tim, as you said, it was 30 after the third quarter, and it's 44 now in the fourth quarter. So they've kept
continuing
to build up the lead as now 1 and 2 on the free throws.
Lady Cardinals will get it across, working it around the perimeter, and then try to force that one. That's one that, you know, you talk about teachable moments. No one has to tell them. They know already. Boy, I shouldn't have made that pass. But tried to laser beam it inside 3 defenders.
Aggressive play there by Webb on that one, as Reddy picks up her 3rd foul of the contest.
Free throw not falling, and boy, you can really see those free throws get tougher and tougher as the game goes along, as those legs start to burn even more so, and you know, filling the lift of the legs is not as easy.
Temple coach is probably going to be saying, hey, we're going to the free throw line during practice here, trying to improve on our free throws.
2.5 left to go here. Lady Cards trying to improve to 11-0 on the year. They're 1-0 in Region 14 conference play.
And they'll resume that next week as Jacksonville will be coming to town.
Drive to the basket, strong move, but can't finish, but headed to the free throw line will be Rodria Eccles. So D.D. Eccles heading back to the line for 2 free throws.
Eccles looking to get possibly points number 12 and 13 on the night.
Yeah, she's averaging right at 8, but like you said,
so extended her average all in the basically the second half, if I remember right. So.
Now checking in for Trinity Valley, coming on for Brooks. Her night is done as she has 26 points as she leaves the floor. Missed a couple of freebies there though, and so we're still at 88-46. Whistled for the foul will be Figueroa. Still 2:04 to go in this one.
Did Brooks extend her, what was she averaging for the season? Just 17? 17 for the season?
Yeah, so she's extended hers. Not that I've ever been wrong in my life.
You got a Google map?
I don't. I'm not smart enough to figure it out, but Branson Blake pulled it up, and he says, man, you missed it by, what, 3 hours? What did I say, 9 hours, 8 hours? It's 5 hours and 26 minutes, but I put a little bit of traffic in there. That's what I was doing.
Are you counting the bus traffic?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to stretch. That's what. But that's a long drive, regardless.
40-point lead here in the Lady Cardinal game with just under 2.
Thank you, Branson, for pointing out that I don't know my geography at all.
Were we roughly in the right location though?
Yeah, we were close. It's kind of on the coast. I mean, between what, Corpus Christi and San Antonio. You about, what, hour off the coast? I'm not going to say any more because Branson is now looking to go. Actually, Tim, free throws coming here with 1:46 left. It's a Lady Cardinal lead here tonight as they've led the entire night.
You have taught me one thing, Tim.
What's that?
Don't ride in a car with you.
Yeah, you
Because there's
definitely
no
don't
telling
want that.
where we'll land up.
Still on the inbound. The shot is good. Count that for Alasia Reddy out of Jacksonville, Arkansas. So a minute and a half left in this one. Baseline shot won't go. Saved in the corner. Yeah, great job from Reddy to hustle over. Back to the middle of the floor and caught her on steps there. Jada Wright, Park Forest, Illinois.
Even with 13 turnovers in the game, Tim, it's still been a very impressive showing by the Lady Cardinals as they will improve now to 11-0 in the season.
Well, what else is impressive is Jada Wright and her ability with ketchup. And I got to develop this. We got a little time here, so I will. Athens, I mentioned it, home of the hamburger. And earlier this year, Lady Cardinals coach Ewing and his squad out for the Hamburger Festival in September.
Was she bobbing for burgers?
No, but the Lady Cardinals actually volunteered to open up the ketchup bottles.
Oh, nice.
And she's very instrumental in that. And I was standing on a step, and still almost 3 inches shorter than her. I kid a little bit, but she's got a great personality, a lot of good unity with that team as they were working together on that, just being part of the community. And that's one of the things I think is spectacular about this venue here.
You probably get to visit with the players a little bit more than I do, but I only usually get to get them at National Tournament Media Day is when I really talk to them, so I don't get to see a lot of the personalities and everything as looks like now the Lady Cardinals are just going to go ahead and clock it and come out of Cardinal Gym with the 91-48 victory.
Improving to 11-0, and I guess we're not done yet with 10 and a half to go.
That, and Ellis Clayton.
2 free throws to go. So,
foul,
everybody work on your graphics and all the things that you may have to put in the paper and whatnot. It's still a chance to add to it. 91-48. Shot is up and good.
Miller with her 16th point of the night.
Going back to that, if you were alluding to the fact that, there's hamburgers and I'm there, yes, I will be at that. And I did get to know a little bit more about them. So free throws good, 93-48. 17-point night, good strong showing from her. Shot on the way, won't go, and that's how this one ends. 93-48, the final. Lady Cardinals victorious at home again as the streak will continue on. TVCC has now improved to 10-0.
11-0.
11-0 in the 2017-2018 campaign as they now take care of business for the second time on the year against Temple.
Tim, you want me to go ahead and go through the scoring breakdown
Yeah,
for the
I was
Lady
about to
Cardinals?
ask you. Let's look at some of those numbers here before we shift gears for the second game here.
Birthday girl Cashel Figueroa, 10 points on the night. Alasia Reddy scored 5. Your game-high leading scorer, Mercedes Brooks, 26 on the night. Taisha Moore with 9. Tredasia Smith with 2. Rodria Eccles, DD, got 11. Michael Miller got 17. Jada Wright with 7. And Deja Daniel with 6 to account for the 93 points by your Trinity Valley Lady Cardinals.
Coach Ewing going to be very pleased, I think, looking at the output of his players. And like I said, there's some work to be done, but got time to improve those things. So good effort there. We'll look forward to more hoops coming up from Trinity Valley here on the campus of Trinity Valley in Athens, Texas.
About 19 minutes from tip of the guys' game.
We're going to step away and look forward to bringing that to you. It's the 10th year anniversary of the Cardinals Sports Network. Glad to be part of it here as we've got the men's second game of the doubleheader coming up after this on your Cardinals Sports Network.
The conference opener.